This is Daniel Mandelker, and this is our podcast, Jackie's Books, where we will talk about novels by Jackie Adams, an emerging author. We will also bring you book reviews and other commentary. This is Daniel Mandelker for Jackie's Books. And with Halloween coming up, here are some good Halloween books for you to read. And don't forget Jackie's book, A Cozy Holiday Romance, which starts at Halloween. Now, the first book is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. The chills in the 1959 Gothic horror classic, The Haunting of Hill House, will creep up on you slowly. Rather than relying on the sort of slasher gore you'd find in your average scary movie, author Shirley Jackson plays on the fear of the unknown, spurring readers' imaginations to run wild. The story begins when researcher Dr. John Montag sets up a social experiment at a labyrinthine manor called Hill House. The haunted mansion sets the stage for visitors to experience unexplainable noises, smells, and cold sensations. But is Dr. Montag really in control? Participants are about to find out. The next is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. If you prefer October merrymaking over murder, you would probably think Alice Hoffman's 1995 bewitching family drama Practical Magic is the top Halloween book of all time. The heartwarming story of Jillian and Sally, two sisters who want to flee their family's legacy of witchery, isn't scary or horrific. Instead, it's a touching story of sisterhood that's brimming with magic, romance, the right dash of family conflict, and promises of fall cheer. If you're looking for a feel-good book that still puts you in the Halloween spirit, you've found it. And the next is The Once and Future Witches by Alix E. Harrow. The Once and Future Witches will enchant anyone who loves books about witches. The tale details the lives of the Eastwood sisters, three 1893 New Salem suffragists fighting for the rights of modern women. Real live witches included. This delightful tour of history, fantasy, and female empowerment would make a juicy pick for October reading. After all, what screams Halloween more than a trio of wild witches? And next, Sleep Weaver by our own Jackie Adams. Tinia has been given a special supernatural power to control people's sleep. She calls it dream weaving. At first, she's not sure it really works after all. Her grandmother did come from the dead to her in a dream of her own. She gave Tinia this power and told Tinia to use her power wisely. So what happens when Tinia starts using her ability in her life? Was the dream she had of her grandmother real? Does she really have the supernatural ability to control people to have a nightmare or a dream? So, Matt, I've wondered about this. What does a loudness unit measure?
That's a good question, Daniel. So basically, what a loudness unit achieves, or what it tries to do, is measure the loudness of sound. So you've probably heard the term decibels or decibels. The initial for it is dB. Oftentimes, that would be a volume setting on like a stereo system or something like that. But behind the scenes, over the last decade or so, we've switched to something called loose. That's basically loudness units full scale. And all it's basically doing is it's accounting for how our ears hear sound. Whenever we're speaking to each other, our ears have adapted to basically hear speech, which is in the mid range frequency of the spectrum. And loudness units are great, the modern ones, because they basically account for our sensitivity to that mid range. So effectively, what that means is I could mix and edit this podcast episode and say, I want the average volume to be minus 14 loose. And that means this is going to be a consistent volume no matter where somebody listens to it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense, and I didn't know.
Yeah. So I think that's everything. Do you have anything else for us?
No, I think this is it for today, Matt. And yes, everybody, have a good Halloween and good Halloween reading.